So I think I found a way to fix if you guys are having the issue where if you have an Xbox controller, let me just turn it off. So if you have an Xbox controller and you're trying to turn right, it stops at like 75%. Like you have a full axis and then it stops at 75% and you can't turn more than that. If I use my keyboard, for example, it's going to turn further, you see? So this is my keyboard and this is my joystick. So you don't have full range of motion for some reason. And a lot of people online are saying that it's because you have multiple controllers bind to the axis, and for me, as you can see, there's nothing else bind. So for the people who can't seem to find the other controller that's connected to, or whatever the other fix was, there's a workaround to it. So basically what you want to do is bind your left and rights on your axis and back and forward if you have whatever. You just bind everything normally as you would want it to work normally. Don't touch the analog ones yet. And then you go in your third-party software. I'm using reWASD. reWASD. It's a paid software, but it's really good. And I'm sure you could reproduce this in free softwares as well. And you go into your controller here. You click on your joystick that you want to fix the range of motion. You go in advanced, and then it's going to bring you to something that looks like this. But here your zones are going to be something like that. And so first you want to set your dead zone if you have a joystick that has a little bit of play in it, and then you want to bring all the zones down to 0 except the red zone. So the high zone, you leave it like this. It's going to look like that. And then you want to set your left here to a random keyboard key on your keyboard that's not in use. But even if it's in use, doesn't matter because it's two keys at the same time. And then what's going to happen is when you're going to move your joystick, it's going to enter the red zone instantly and press numpad 2 at the same time as sending the joystick left command. So you do that for left, and then you do that for right. Just random, just choose any key for this, it doesn't matter, but it needs to press a key at the same time as sending the joystick command. And then you go in response. Here it's going to be by default, like looking like this, and then you're going to set it to custom. And then once it's in custom, you're going to bring all the dots to the bottom left of your screen, like so. And if you have it's going to look something like this. But since I have a dead zone, I'm going to bring the dead zone a little bit, so it's going to be delayed a little. It's going to start a little bit to the right if you have a dead zone. But if you don't have any dead zone, let's say your controller is brand new and there's no play in the stick, then it's going to all be in the bottom left of your screen. But the important part is that the red zone is the full range of motion, and over here in the response, it looks like a straight line like this, and all the dots are touching the bottom of your screen here. The bottom of the little screen here. Then you can raise your horizontal axis range so that it's easier to be at full lock in the computer in the game. As you can see what it's doing here. So you raise it. I usually put it at maximum because you're not using the top of the stick and the bottom of the stick when you're driving vehicles in arma. And then one last step is you go back into arma, and you're gonna bind the car left analog. Oh wait, sorry. You're gonna need to turn on reWASD here. So press the little, play button, power button, and then go in arma. Oh, sorry. One last thing. You need to apply to slot 1. It's very important. You need to click apply, otherwise it's not gonna work. And then turn on your reWASD, and you go into car left analog, and then you do the left axis, and now it's gonna do two. It's gonna be controller, stick axis, and your numpad, and then you do the same thing for the right side. So it's gonna be controller, stick, and the numpad. So basically, you have bind car left to just the axis, car right to just the axis, and then the analogs are both buttons at the same time. And what that's gonna do is when you turn. Now, as you can see, that's my joystick because obviously it's fluid. It's gonna turn all the way to the left, and it's like full range of motion. So this is with my joystick, and this is with my keyboard. So as you can see, it's the same thing, and you can even react faster than with your keyboard, as you can see. But you can also do it slowly and you know, progressively all the way through. So anyway, so it makes the experience much better.